Trick or treat. So this week I want to focus on the messages of our newly minted economic forecasts, which we released in our new economic overview on Halloween. In terms of the economy, we're still seeing a relatively flat growth performance through the second half of this year and into next. We're still very much flirting with recession, even though we're not actually forecasting negative economic growth. Probably the biggest adjustment to our forecast has been with respect to the inflation forecast, which we've now upgraded, reflected that we're continuing to see still strong core inflation pressures. We now no longer see inflation falling back below 3% in 2024. We'll have to wait for 2025 to see that. What that means for interest rates is that we can expect to see interest rates remaining relatively high next year, and indeed in our forecast we still have a further upward adjustment by the Reserve Bank early next year. It'll certainly be the case that interest rate cuts will have to wait until 2025, once inflation is more durably back towards that 1 to 3% target range. So how's this economy going to impact on different types of customers? Well, for households it's going to be a pretty tough year. The reality is quite a lot of the past interest rate increases are still to pass through to household budgets, so that's going to crimp spending. But an offset is going to be that cost of living pressures should be easing with the level of inflation. There should be a relief to many. For the primary sector, it's going to be a pretty lean year, and that's because external demand continues to be quite weak, particularly in China, our large trading partner. With respect to businesses, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Many businesses are going to be seeing restrained demand, reflecting the fact of those high interest rates, but also businesses are going to be finding it easier to source labour, which will be a relief to them. And in the case of businesses that are orientated towards the tourism sector, they should be seeing increasing demand as the post-COVID tourism rebound continues. I'll be back to update you again next week.